Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, watching Big Man Theory. This is the 9th episode of the 10th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free, link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So, I thought last episode was interesting. You know, it was kind of exciting because Sheldon, he kind of wanted to have a baby with Amy, and she was like, nah, mate, we're not ready for that step. You know what I mean? Not that step at all. But he was still persistent. He was still trying to pursue. He was courting her, and I thought it was decent, you know. He was dressed up all fancy, you know. He had his shirt on. He had like a dicky bow dangling down, buttoned open. You know, he had his hair slicked back. He was, he had rose petals coming up all the stairs into the apartment. I think he had food laid out as well, you know. And she was like, "Nah, mate, I'm having none of this." She bounced and ran over to Leonard and Penny's, and now he's got inside of there, and he's like, "Mate, I know something that you cannot resist." And then he started doing some Spanish dancing, and he was going for it, and he was clicking his fingers, and she had to run out the room pretending that basically it didn't work. But I knew it worked, mate, because literally as soon as she ran out the room, put her back against the door, hot and flustered, she was like, "Damn, that was a close one." But it was just interesting the fact that he was trying to court her to have sex in that episode, when like that's not usually Sheldon type of character that we used to. Do you know what I mean? So like it was really fun and interesting to watch, and I did really, to be honest, I did really enjoy it. Now, last episode as well, Raj, he was going on a date with the cleaning lady. You know, he's struck up a bit of a connection. Everybody kind of, when he was talking about, oh, he's met somebody, just assumed that she was a scientist, like, in the university. You know, that's because obviously where he said he met her, and he never really corrected it. And then when he was on the date and Howard come in, and he was like, oh, this is the other, you know, what is he now, like astrophysicist or something? And she was like, mate, if you're embarrassed to obviously be with me, then, you know, I don't think we should be together. And she walked out. Now obviously he's ran over and he's apologized, and she's agreed to go on a second date, which is really interesting. Hopefully we see him later on in either today's episode or the next few actually go on that. But thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you do, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Unbelievable. Good for Bert.
Damn, the MacArthur Genius Grant.
Everything is stupid and I want to go home.
That's Sheldon's way of saying he's proud of Bert, too.
Been called the Genius Grant is the MacArthur Fellowship. Just like it's not Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein's monster.
How much money did he win?
Over $500,000.
Wow.
Well, he doesn't have to use it for research. He can do whatever he wants with it.
Oh, good. Maybe you could build a nicer bridge to live under.
Congratulations, Bert.
Yeah, good for you.
Thanks. I was as surprised as anybody. When they called and told me I won, I didn't believe them. And then they said, no, you really won. And then I said, cool.
Someone called George R.R. Martin. This guy knows how to finish a story.
See ya.
I like how just simple he is.
I zinged him with sarcasm. He didn't even notice. Who leaves their bike in the hallway?
Bert from the geology lab won a big grant.
Oh, I heard him interviewed on the radio. You know, when they told him he won, he didn't believe it, but then he did believe it. It was so funny.
BERT is studying the way microbes in rocks can survive in extreme environmental conditions.
Now everything's Bert, Bert, Bert.
You know, Sheldon, maybe if you took the time to read BERT's research, you'd be less bitter about him winning.
Say hello to everybody's little friend, Remote Control Stephen Hawking!
What is wrong with you?
What's the big deal?
Howie, it's in poor taste.
No, it's not. Check it out. He says fun stuff.
Hey, good looking.
His eyes also light up in the dark.
He's going to be really impressed by it.
It's like scrolling through the emojis on my phone.
Oh, that's why.
Sounds like the night we had coitus.
I hope you're happy making me read this. Bert's work is remarkable, and I'm more upset than ever. And you telling me not to be angry makes me angry. And do you know how hearing myself say the word angry over and over makes me feel?
Ooh, angry?
What are you doing?
I knew the answer. I got excited.
Buddy, why don't we go for a walk so you can calm down? Hey, I'm trying to help you.
Fine. You can walk ahead of me and scare off the pigeons.
Do you know what, right? I totally actually forgot that they was doing something with the military. You know, I can't even remember what season that was. I mean, it was definitely either this or the back end of last, but like, you know, they went for a whole phase where they was panicking and doing this and sleepless nights, and, you know, they're after us and they want our pattern, and then he was like, oh, we can have 2 years, and then literally we never talked about it again. They made a joke about, oh, we got 2 years, we don't have to do anything, and then it disappeared. It actually has been like, well, I don't know how long it's been, but to us, it's been pure episodes and not even one mention of it. And, you know, I was just going to say then, again, Sheldon might be mad because somebody like Bert has achieved a grant or some sort of success before him. Like, literally, I'll get to this point, 10 seasons in, Sheldon's not really achieved anything, no success, no grants. I mean, he actually might have done one. I feel like he actually might have done one, but then he's had stuff retracted as well, and like I kind of get lost with him. You know what I mean? I feel like he does some breakthroughs, but then they do retractions, or it's false, you know, like false results, or it was inconclusive, or like the time he was in the North Pole or whatever, and the guys was doing stuff to make it look like it was working, and it wasn't. So I can't actually remember with Sheldon, if I'm being totally honest, but I do feel like I'd like to go back to the military thing a little bit and get them working again, because I mean, what they created was really good, and I was interested to see where that story was going.
One of us thinks it's offensive. The other thinks it's hilarious and a great idea.
This is tough. But I'm going to say it's the guy who shows me YouTube videos of people getting hit in the nuts.
Call him and show him. I dare you.
I have no problem calling him.
Fine, you do it.
Fine, I will.
What's this button do?
Gentlemen, start your wheelchairs.
You laughed when that guy got hit in the nuts.
I laughed because the guy was Leonard.
You're happy with who you are. Instead of being weighed down by ambition, you just float along like a dead body in a river.
You know, I do understand what you're feeling. My brother and sister's accomplishments have always been held over my head.
Rocks. He studies rocks. Leonard, I'm having a primal urge to throw this rock.
Do it. Visualize it as your anger and toss it out of your life.
This rock encapsulates all my negative emotions. I will cast you far away. Feel free to take out a pigeon while you're at it. Ow, 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 ow. I tried to let go of anger and threw a rock into my foot.
And what happened to you?
Oh, I laughed so hard I burst a blood vessel in my nose. It's fine.
Would you even class that as throwing? Like, I mean, if you just, I mean, you have thrown it down, but it's not really throwing it, is it? It's literally just launched it on the floor below him. But you could tell, you see, I was saying a minute ago about Bert kind of making an advance and getting something. You know, he kind of acknowledged it as well, like, he's kind of surpassing him.
Now you're injuring yourself? It has to stop.
Although, if you are going to do it again, please let me know so I can get it on video.
You're in good health, you've got a roof over your head.
Yeah. But you've got all those things, and no one's lining up to be you.
Anybody else want to try? I'm gonna go make some more tea and question my life choices.
I just need to keep reminding myself that Bert's success is not my failure.
There you go.
And that men of his large stature are more susceptible to a wide array of life-threatening diseases.
He always has to find a negative about somebody else, doesn't he?
What's up?
I'm conducting a quick survey. Do you think this respectful and loving tribute to a great man is in poor taste?
Yep.
Do you think this is in poor taste?
Does it spin around and do tricks?
Yeah!
Then yeah.
I don't know, you've got to say that they wouldn't have been able to film this episode without Stephen Hawking's thumbs up okay, which then makes me think, what a guy. You know, I personally, I don't think it's too deep. You know, I actually don't. I just think it's a toy, and it is what it is. You know, and that's just my personality. And like I said, you know, we've had many of these discussions on the show before, where like somebody does something, and I'm like, personally, I don't think it's that offensive, that deep, and you might do, and that is what we call the quality of opinions. You have your opinion, and I can say you can have yours and believe in it. You are not wrong, and I can obviously have my opinion and believe in it, and I am not wrong. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think that obviously something like this, the way he's made it and he's using it, is not used in distaste to you know, make fun / you know, basically make him look as discredit him and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, no ill harm. He's not doing it to laugh at him or anything like that. And then I think that's okay. It's fine. And obviously Stephen Hawking in real life thinks it's fine as well, because he would have given the thumbs up to this, and he obviously has good banter. You know, he seems like he must have some good banter, because he's been on the show before and he's played games with Sheldon. He's beat him. He's even called him and laughed and sang songs about him. So yeah, you know, if you're looking and thinking that it is really offensive, just think this would have been passed by the actual guy himself, and he would have watched it and thought, you know, there's no ill harm in this. It's just for a bit of banter and a bit of show. So That's why I say big up respect to Stephen Hawking for that.
Top of the afternoon, gentlemen.
You're in a good mood?
It's a new day. I have a new outlook. Yeah, I realize I don't need to worry about other people. I just need to think more about myself.
Well, I'm glad to see you moving forward.
Bert did quality research, and he deserves whatever accolades he received.
He might be learning on his own.
Then the robot uprising has begun.
I need to pay Bert a proper congratulations.
He doesn't just look like C-3PO, now he walks like him.
Your award is well deserved.
Since I won, people think I'm great.
Well, just this once, you can count me as people too.
To nominate someone for next year. You know, engineers don't get a lot of respect. Is your friend Howard working on anything cool?
No, you'd have to ask him. Excuse me.
He's selling that walk really well.
Have to go take some pictures.
I went to punch the water fountain, slipped in water in front of the water fountain, and hit my head on the water fountain. Jealousy is completely illogical.
It's a human emotion, Sheldon. Everyone gets jealous.
I've always been jealous of how much money Raj's family has.
Ever since I met Penny, I've been envious of her looks.
Aw, thank you.
That's why I was so happy when you cut your hair off.
What?
You know what I mean? You were still hot, but more like, oh, why'd that hot girl cut off all her hair hot?
Yeah, I loved it. Love you, love the hair, would love to change the subject.
I thought it was brave. Does that count as liking it?
You know, how come nobody's talking about Howard's dopey haircut?
I think he looks cute.
I think you're cute.
I think you're both cute.
I think I hate all of you nerds.
Oh, no. A plaque? Nobody wants to see this. We need to talk.
What happened to you?
Rock, water fountain.
Won the MacArthur grant. Everyone's jealous of me. Once I get LASIK, I'll be out of things to wish for. Yeah, we're both pretty smart. I bet if we put our heads together, we could come up with a solution.
Now, if the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and right now I'm my own worst enemy, that makes you my friend. Okay, I'm good to go.
See if we can get tickets to a taping of Ellen.
This isn't gonna work.
Wait. You know, you've got a lot to be happy about. You're at the top of your field. You have a great girlfriend.
Yes, that's right. I have Amy. In the past, you've professed feelings for her.
Now that I'm rich and successful, I think I can do better.
Understand you're struggling with professional jealousy.
Thanks, Leonard. Now he's not gonna think I'm cool.
I have never won a Nobel Prize. I remind myself every scientific advancement is a victory. Don't waste your time on jealousy, Sheldon. You're too brilliant.
You are a gift to mankind. There should be statues of you everywhere.
I always thought a motorized toy of me would be cool.
How does this man not have a Nobel?
You know what I mean? Told you, he's got good banter.
Came out and it said that laughing makes your brain work better. On the other hand, babies laugh a lot and they're dumb.
People know about her. She's delightful.
Mate, I literally remember, well, to be honest, Ellen was never on the UK shows. I mean, maybe on E. I mean, the only US channel that I kind of know is E. And I'm pretty sure that every time if you put that on, it was like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something on that. Literally, it just might have been a Keeping Up with the Kardashians channel. But like, I know that Ellen was massive in the US. And then did something happen with her? Because she's like suddenly just dropped off. And I feel like everybody hates her. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like at one point, all of my YouTube was Ellen everywhere. Do you remember when like Taylor Swift went on with Zac Efron and they were singing Pumped Up Kids? Boom, 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 boom. Literally, like, at that time, all over, everywhere. And like, she's just popping off. And she even had that selfie, you know, with everybody at the Oscars. And it was the most liked for ages. And I feel like she was just riding the wave and she was at the top. She was the big dog. And then I feel like now everybody just like has got negative vibes towards her. Nobody likes her, and she's just like falling off the earth. You know, I feel like she's got a Netflix show coming out soon or something. And then it was like, I think she was saying this is the last time, and then you'll never see me again. It's like, mate, literally, what's happened? Honestly, what has happened? It'd be good to see the rise and the fall of Ellen DeGeneres. You know what I mean? That's really good. However, you know, Sheldon in today's episode, was learning. He learned how to get over jealousy. You know what I mean? Like, every time somebody succeeds, he makes it about himself because he compares them to him instead of realizing other people have good work. Do you remember that time when he was supposed to do the thing with Kripke and he read his work and he read his, and he said, Quickie said that Sheldon's was pretty shocking, and Sheldon was like, mate, he's so far ahead of me, and you know, Quickie come in and was like, look, you know, my work would be affected as well if I had a girlfriend. You know what I mean? And he was bantering and played it off that way. But other people have been getting success, and jealousy has always been there at the forefront. But, you know, he's learning and adapting. And like I say, he's getting better as a human because he's approached him, accepted it, you know, respected him. And he's actually gone to an event at the end of him, which is pretty mad. Okay, well, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now, big talking point of the episode was Howard's little motor car, or whatever you want to call it, offensive? I said no. You know, I personally don't think it is. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, like I said, you have yours. We all can agree to disagree on opinions. Nothing's factual. And, you know, I will always remember something that I've watched online, right? And it was somebody doing an experiment about, are things offensive? And the experiment was, this guy stood there, I don't even know what the correct words are, but basically he dressed up as a typical Mexican, as per se. So he had like his sombrero on with all the dangly tassels. He stuck like a mustache on. You know, he had like a poncho thing, and he had like shakers, like, and he was like, he was going on the streets in the US, and he was saying to people, "Is my outfit offensive for Mexicans?" And literally everybody said yeah. Like everybody. You might get the odd person, but like, let's say he asked 100 people, 95 of them was like, yeah, that outfit is offensive. Now he flipped it and he went to Mexico, the actual place that everybody was saying it's offensive to, and was asking Mexican native people, what do you think of my outfit? Everyone was like, I love it, it's great, it looks so good, cultural, do you know? And it's like, there's the thing, people are so concerned about other people, what's offensive to other people, that, you know, I just think it's mad. I just think, like, stay in your lane, and what's offensive to you as a person, and not to what it is to other people. You know what I mean? So, like, when he's asking, is that offensive for him in that car? I personally think the way I look at it is, like, as long as it's not derogatory and, like, picking and being, like, you know, made to be ill harm and intent to hurt that single individual person, then I don't think it's offensive. You know what I mean? Like, let the person speak themselves. And look at it in today's episode, you know, as it progressed. I said my bit earlier on, halfway through, got to the very end, Stephen Hawking was in it, he made the appearance, you know, I said that it would have passed him and he would have said it was okay. Turned around and said, mate, he would have thought like a little motor vehicle of himself would have been great as well. So it just shows, you know what I mean? Like, have your own opinions, everyone's great, you could do that, your opinion's never wrong, it's just your opinion, but let you know, don't take it too deep, you know what I mean? People go too far. But again, another good episode, enjoyed it, flying through it. You know, well, I can't remember, what is it, 9 or 10? I think it's like the 9th for the 10th season, so it'll be 10 for 10 next episode, which is madness, mate. Honestly, it really, really is. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying the ride so far. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.